My name's Kimberly Williams, and I'm the Senior Production Manager in the Production Sourcing Department at Superdry. The sourcing and production team encompasses the sourcing team, which actually goes out and finds the factories and negotiates costs, and the production team that actually works as kind of a central purchasing division within Superdry, working with wholesale and retail.
My name is Sandip. I work in the sourcing department. The core activities on sourcing from my point of view would be from the inception stage where the garments are designed, we take it up from the design department and start working on the pricing. So we have a fixed margin that we need to sort of achieve and manage on a seasonal basis. Without achieving that margin, we can't move forward. So the challenge is to sort of not dilute the product. So design would have come up with a particular design aesthetics on a garment. We have to try and achieve the prices, making sure that the garments look exactly how it has been conceived without making it look cheaper or lighter or anything taken away from the garment. So in a nutshell, trying to achieve prices to achieve the margins for the group as a whole.
I'm James Kent. I'm the technical team manager for the Garment Technology Department. The designer's ideas we take from two-dimensional, make them three-dimensional. It's really imperative to deliver the handwriting of our product. That's what keeps us exclusive. To be able to do that, we've got to go into the finest detail, which goes down to fabric hand feel to make sure the washes are right, which sets us apart from the rest of the high street. We also make sure that the garment is constructed correctly into the best available machineries around, and we also test the garments to ensure that they're fit for purpose, and that the customer is going to have a long life with them and hopefully come back.
My name is Mark Davis and I'm a garment tech at Superdry. Well, we work through things such like fit and ensuring that each wash has the same fit at the end of it, so it's working with things like shrinkage, and all the fabrics go through testing for things like tear strength and colour fastness to make sure that the product stays good quality for as long as possible.
I'm Beth Steed and I work in the Garment Technology Department. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays we have fit models in. We'll put the garment on them and see how it moves, how it looks when it's hanging, and if it doesn't look right, we'll make adjustments, whether it needs to be cutting into the garment or just photographing it to go back to the supplier.
The thing with garment tech is that it's very different for each company you go to. If you work for someone like a retailer, you'll be doing a lot different thing. You'd be rushing through 20, 30 samples a day and not going into much detail, but here it's much more focused. The garments are a lot more complicated, which is what kind of makes it more rewarding, because you're actually focusing so much more on the product.
There's so many variables. People wouldn't believe making a pair of jeans that the lead time for making that product could be 120 days, because you have to order the fabric, you have to order all the components that go into a pair of jeans. You look over bill materials, there are loads, 20 some different components. Then you have to sew it, and then you have to wash it, and that doesn't even look at the time to get it here, whether it's by vessel or by air or by truck.
My name is Sue. I work in the production merchandising team. My role involves taking the orders from once they're placed with the factory and monitoring them from start to finish until they get delivered into the warehouse. I'm responsible for making sure the fits get fitted on time with the garment techs, making sure the bulk fabric's approved on time. It's just monitoring the critical path all the way through until it leaves the factory and it's actually on a ship.
My name's Eve and I'm a production merchandiser for footwear, accessories and underwear. We liaise with all of our suppliers every single day. Obviously, with fashion being a very busy industry, you don't just work one season at a time. You'll be shipping one season at the same time as buying the next season.
You've got to be on your toes, you've got to react fast. You can't just take a decision after having mulled over it for a few weeks. There is no way you can do that. So quick decisions. So sometimes you have to keep an eye on multiple things, because if one slips, then it has an effect.
So currently it's July right now, and we are in our peak shipping for autumn-winter, and we're also working on placing orders for the spring-summer season, while the design team is a year ahead of that and looking at designing the next range, which we'll be involved with very shortly. So it's constantly moving forward, but it's also making sure everything that follows behind is ticked and tied and comes in when it's supposed to. So we can be juggling 3 different seasons all together at once.